Hello, Malcolm here. I have a question I'd like some help with. So I've been talking to some friends of mine about the idea of putting on an online teaching day connected with the theological, biblical perspective on our current coronavirus crisis. Now, I better explain what I do mean and I don't mean by that. I don't mean a whole teaching day just on the virus. There's so much information out there already about the virus and opinions about that. It's interesting, fascinating, a little overwhelming. But what I'm talking about here is something like a morning, maybe 3 hours or something, devoted to a number of talks exploring different theological and biblical and practical Christian living aspects of our response to this. See, it's natural when something like this happens in our world to ask questions as to what the meaning is, what the purpose is, what's going on here. It's like in John chapter 9 when Jesus, it says here in verse 1, as he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? They had a question about what they observed. We're observing a lot of things right now about our world, some of the things that we did know, some of the things we didn't know. Some of us are having to wrestle with questions we haven't had to wrestle with before about our faith. And we're also talking to our friends who maybe don't share the same kind of faith we have and fielding questions from them. And of course, we want to be as prepared as possible to give the answer for the hope that we have, as the Apostle Peter wrote about. So the idea of this teaching day is to help those of us with faith to answer those questions more effectively, also to know how to live faithfully, but also it's an event that we hope our friends would come to who might have some questions and hopefully will find answers that this amazing book provides. So that's the background. Now, what might this look like? Now, talking to my friends on Saturday, we've come up with this basic plan, something like this, that it might fit, this teaching day might have 3 sections. The first section would be to look at a theological and biblical underpinning for why does this kind of thing happen? So how do we deal with the issue of suffering? Did God cause this? Did God allow it? Where is God in this? So in a sense, looking at the past, looking at what we can discern from this book as to it will give us guidance as to what is God up to, in a sense. So that's really about the foundational side of things. And then a second section could be on how do we respond now as people of faith or people seeking faith or interested in faith. How do we respond to what we're seeing and what's going on? And also, as followers of Jesus, what doors is God opening because of the virus that perhaps we should take advantage of? What is the Spirit doing and showing us about how we can live now? Should we make adjustments to the way we live our faith? And then the third section is about the future. So it's kind of past, present and future. And the future is looking ahead and asking ourselves, in the light of what we know about God and what we're seeing now, and thinking about the future, how might we need to prepare ourselves for a new world, a different kind of world after all this is over? Of course, this might take weeks, months, even years to fully, for the world and our economies and our systems to really recover. But in the meantime, as we walk into that future, in what way should church look different? In what way should our fellowship look different? In what way should we approach our faith differently? In what way should we live as disciples differently? So trying to get an idea about the future. So that's roughly what we're thinking of: past, present and future. It might be something like a 20-minute talk followed by 10-minute discussion, perhaps breakout discussion rooms online, another 20-minute talk, 10 minutes discussion, something like that, with these 3 different sections. I don't know. We've not nailed all that or finalized it, which is exactly why I'm making this video and this recording, just to send it out to the people that know me and ask you for your thoughts on this. Is this the right topic? Is this the right format? What have we missed? What would you hope that we address if we did this? So I'm thinking it'll be me and a bunch of my friends doing short talks with discussion in between. I think probably May, so that we address these issues whilst we're still in the middle of it. So maybe in 2 or 3 weeks' time, and it'll be online. And so if you send me your feedback now, I'm going to collate all the feedback that you send me, and all my friends are gathering, because they're all consulting the people they know and getting feedback. They'll send that to me on Wednesday, and then I will compile all that, try and find the common threads, compile that and boil it down to the most significant things, send that back out to my group of friends who are interested in this, and then hopefully we can finalize the format and the focus this coming Saturday, so more or less a week from recording this. That's the current plan, and then as soon as we've got details of that, we'll broadcast that, and then hopefully you can attend, you can invite your friends to attend, and preferably by the time we've done all this, we'll have a clearer idea of what God is doing, and in a sense who God is, learning more about who he is by what he's doing or allowing. Hopefully we'll learn better how to live now, right now, in the middle of all this, not waiting for it to be over, but right now. And hopefully also we'll be better prepared for what's coming down the road. That's the prayer, that's the goal. Jesus said, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." Let's pray that what we do through this teaching day and what we're seeing around us, that will only lead in the end to God being able to do his works in us, through us, and in this world. So that's the thought. So please send me your feedback and your thoughts. You can email me, malcolm@malcolmcox.org. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on my website, malcolmcox.org, the YouTube channel, and a few other places. But do send me those replies, please. I'm recording this on Sunday, so send it today, Monday, Tuesday, no later than Tuesday, so that we can compile everything on Wednesday and get to work. Thanks, everybody. Take care, and God bless.